everyone, this is Tony from our Homestead Skills, and this is probably the very first video I've ever done from my little office here. And it's nice because I can shut the door and shut away all the noise, and it's just me, and that works. And it's a nice bright room. I don't even have the lights on. I've got two windows, one on either side here, so it's fairly bright. I'm quite happy with this. And I could look out the window and see my pretty daffodils all in bloom. I'm considering cutting them and bringing them indoors, but that's a shame too. Now, I spent yesterday building a, I guess it would be a frame for a garden bed using some railway ties. And yeah, they're fairly common around here. It's something that you don't see anywhere else, but as I said, they're fairly common here, and you can buy them for like $30 pretty much anywhere. Ace Hardware, Home Depot, you know, or Lowe's, I believe. Lowe's has them. So yeah, they're readily available, and yeah, I at least put a frame near my patio. And I don't know about the dirt in there. That I think the dirt's contaminated, so what I'll probably do at some point is dig out that dirt and buy some good, line the area with some ground cover cloth, maybe some cardboard underneath that first, and then get some good soil on top before I try to plant anything that's edible. I may plant some flower type things in it currently, which is fine, but if I ever want to, and I do, I would prefer to have that as a herb bed, and herbs that I use in the kitchen. So I really should get rid of the contaminated soil and put good soil in there. And I know it's contaminated because we've blown everything off the patio into that area. And there was a lot of garbage mixed up in everything there, everything. I mean, I'm still finding garbage in the ground, embedded in the ground that, you know, was allowed to be covered up with leaves and buried. And, you know, little by little, we're cleaning up the place. The worst thing that we have left to do right now is to remove probably about 20 tires. And tires are not that easily disposed of here. The firm that dropped off the bin for us, the roll bin, would pick up tires, but $10 a piece times 20 of them, that's an awful lot of money. He also suggested that I could bury them out the back of my yard, but that's not what we want to do. We want to clean it up, not dump garbage. And I understand that there are tire shops maybe that'll take them, so, you know, maybe we can dispose of them a couple at a time, but not critical. But they do fill up with water, and we get mosquitoes, and mosquitoes are a bit of an issue for me. Anyway, we've had lovely weather the last few days. We worked outside a fair bit, and as I said, I made my flower bed. I'll probably show that to you. And what else did we do? Well, oh yeah, Mark got a burn barrel going and cleaned up a lot of the twigs that were lying around or that we cut down. So you do that when the weather's reasonable. But we've had rain last night, so today is probably an indoor day, and it's not as though there isn't a lot to do indoors. We have a few, I think the wall outlet over there, or the electrical switch over there, and I have two outlets that need to be changed in this room. Eventually, the light fixture, I know Mark wants to do that now, but I told him wait till his room is done and we'll buy a 2-pack or something very similar for both rooms, rather than having one in one style and one in another. So I'll get him to ignore that one for the time being, but we did purchase what we need to change the outlets here, and there's a few more in another room. So, and when we demolished that bathtub in the washroom. It turns out, yes, they did install the bathtub before they built the house around it. And for some strange reason, there was no drywall at the top end. So when we took that out, there was just a big cavity. And of course, the insulation was sitting on top of the. So Mark tried to push as much of that aside or bag it up, and we've got 4 bags of insulation that he wants to throw back up there. So yeah, that's another little job that has to be done, and you know, hopefully that is one of the jobs that you do on a day like today. There's always something to do here. It'll never end, but it's getting there. And I would love to get some carpets for these rooms that we've painted, but that's, once again, that's a luxury. There are things that we have to fix first, and the things that are, you know, provide comfort will come later. Anyway, this is just a little catch up. Now I have some lovely fig cuttings that I have grown, and some of them are doing quite well. And I'm going to leave them in the little containers that I've got them growing in until the summer. Hopefully we'll come back in the summer for a short time, and hopefully they will have rooted a lot stronger by that point, and then I'll look at putting them in the ground someplace. So yeah, I've got about 9 in pots right now, and I have a whole bunch of cuttings outside from that tree. And yeah, I'm going to have a fig farm. If this is more just for fun than anything else. So I love propagating things. And with each of the fig cuttings in their little pots, I've taken little rosemary cuttings and stuck them in and all around, like, you know, 3 in each little pot. So if those take, good. Well, the rain has stopped and the sun's trying to come out, which is nice. It's still going to be a fairly nice day today. And here is the bed that I've made with the railway tie. Now I've planted the one little rosemary bush that I had purchased around Christmas time. As you can see, they cut them into a Christmas tree shape. So yes, I did purchase one, and I took cuttings off that, and I hope to plant the cuttings all along this wall here, and we'll see how that takes. So that and my rock garden, I do plan to plant things along there. And because I cleaned off that area, because I've cleaned off this area a fair bit, well, not to say that it doesn't need more cleaning, but I pulled back some of the leaves and some of the dirt, and I found that I also have irises growing here. They're pretty tiny, but they exist. So they may be dug up and put closer to the rock garden. I don't know if you could make them out here. There they are. There they are. Just in a spot that I don't want them. My little garden off the deck seems to suit that very well, because we also have steps that are made with railway ties. So that just works very nicely together. So yeah, it's going to take me years to get this the way I want, but it'll be lovely when it's done. And my azalea bushes should be awesome come the summer.